Yo yo. Testing 1 3 5. Let's see here. Yeah, this should work. Yo yo, all gone gentle people, Sarada Uchiha here, welcome back to the channel. Of course, another chapter of Boruto Two Blue Vortex. I'm just adjust something here in OBS. Yes, monitor off for now. So yo, welcome back to the channel everyone. Another chapter of Boruto Two Blue Vortex, another month. The year is basically done already. I don't know where the time is going. But as per usual on a monthly basis here, like in fair transparency, like I haven't I've seen some spoilers, like just some images in terms of Himawari entering her initial Jinchuriki transformation states, and of course apparently Inojin dies clearly. So I'm kind of curious to say the least to see how this is going to play out with full context. I know most persons as per usual have done their their reviews and stuff from the early release, well not really early release but from the leaks and everything. So yeah, but I usually just wait for the official release for this thing on Manga Plus, so it is what it is. Anyway, Boruto Two Blue Vortex manga chapter 10, Kernel. I guess continuing the theme of computers and technology in this and science overall in this manga for the most part. Wait, Crypto King, wow, gone. H2O, yeah. You missed chapter 9 and 8. No pressure, man, no pressure. Of course, those streams are still there for you to go back and check out if and when you have the time. So just double triple checking everything is all right here. Yeah, I don't think the music is too loud. So alright, I guess let's get into it. Boom. Yeah, there we go. Guess if there's anything off, you guys will let me know if anything, I suppose. Advanced audio properties, everything is on audio track 1. Alright, let me know if everything's good. Well, anyway, here we go. Or at least I could probably just check it myself as per usual. Let's see. Let us see. Oh yeah, things look alright for the most part. Alright, let's get into it. Alright, so continuing off chapter 9, we have Inojin, the Inoshika Cho trio, and Himawari trying to escape from Jura and Hidari. Alright, so hold on. Alright, so they must know that they can't outrun us. Perhaps they're changing the field of battle to reduce harm to their village. Found them over here. Bombards the Konoha Avengers. Here we go again. Konoha Hamaru here, confirming 2 trespassers, but no sign of Team 10. Relax, Team 10's okay for now. They've taken Himawari and are traveling southwest in order to lead the trespassers away. It's unclear why, but the duo's target is Himawari. All hands, support Team 10. The sensory unit will share their location. Himawari? Of course, Boruto chilling there. Listen closely, Kawaki. Forget Boruto and head to the scene. It seems Boruto considers the trespassers enemies too. We can take advantage of that. Let him stay free. Hey, Lord It. If Himawari is in danger, you should have led with that, bastard. Alright. Kawaki, you jerk. Don't you dare leave me behind. Alright. Hopefully the Kawaki stocks can go up some a bit with this chapter. Boruto, you okay? What happened? No worries, a minor issue. I just need a little break. Alright. Kashin Koji there, listening in. We have Hidari. Jura, why in the world do they interfere with us? Ask them yourself. Using that exact tone, I shall go after Himawari. Alright. Hey, he's escaping to the southwest towards Himawari as suspected. Let's go. Said, bro, listen, do you not see the next enemy in front of you? Alright, so you have Hidari approaching. You're blocking our way. Why are you after Himawari? You're all so noisy. What business do you have with us? Huh? What business? You clearly don't know you're a police intruder. Wait a sec. Sensor unit. I was told that one of the two trespassers was Uchiha Sasuke, but I don't see him. What's going on? There's no mistake. The one right in front of you. His chakra data is an exact match to that of Uchiha Sasuke. What the? Answer my question. Are you deaf or feeble-minded? Master Konohamaru. Alright, here we go. Sarada. Sarada, are you all okay? Uchiha Sarada. Alright. Claw marks. Peers behind her. Shidori! Sharingan. Dodge. Sarada. Alright. Counter Shidori. Wait, did he dodge or did he get hit? Yeah, it seems like he got hit. Alright, Sarada, not looking bad so far. You okay? That jutsu he attacked with. That was a Shidori, just like mine and Dad's. Who are you? And then we transition to Himawari here, talking to Kurama. I'm Kurama. Well, Ninetales is fine too. Call me whatever you want. Kurama? You? You're the Biju that used to be inside my getting tongue twisted here. You're the Biju that used to be inside my dad, right? What are you doing here? Actually, where are we? No, we're real. What you see is your conscious made visible. We are currently exchanging words mind to mind. Mind to mind? Of course, cause you and I are a single body and soul. Hey, Himawari. Himawari, it's no use, she's out cold. Did she hit her head at some point? Shikadai. Alright. We have Jura coming after them. Sensor unit, we need that backup now. What exactly is going on? Why is this happening? As you just said, my previous self coexisted inside your father, Uzumaki Naruto. But in the midst of battle, my flame of life was extinguished, of course, barren mode. However, death is not eternal for us Biju. Even if our flesh or our soul perishes, over time, a kernel of us will sprout somewhere, and we will manage to return to life. Alright, so, I mean, most Naruto fans already know this, but I thought it would have been a case where, based on how, you know, barren mode was described, specifically in the manga, and of course considering they left out that part of the explanation out of the anime, in terms of their chakra being converted to something else and then burning up, I thought there would have been no way for Kurama to return. But I guess if we get to the point, even if our flesh or our soul perishes, over time, a kernel of us will sprout somewhere and we will manage to return to life. So even with soul erasure, I guess that's another layer of it. Kernel? No one knows how long it will take or where it might sprout, much less that it would be inside his daughter, and this soon. Okay, so it can sprout anywhere randomly. So that's... I don't know how to feel about that. I know it's obviously based on how Kurama's describing it. It's by random, but at the same time, I don't think we've heard of any like instance in Naruto history of like a tail beast dying and then it just sprouting in somebody else to make them like automatically a Jinchuriki. And then based on the I guess based on being revived like this per se, would it technically be a Jinchuriki? Anyway, The universe is full of mysteries. You may have been born inheriting a sliver of my chakra, or this was your destiny, brought into being by the Uzumaki and Hyuga blood that flows within you. Well, since it's already happened, the how doesn't matter. What's important is accepting the circumstances and moving forward. Don't you think? I am Uzumaki Himawari. Nice to meet you, Kurama. So I'm thinking about it. He knows his previous self was within Naruto. Does he have memories? That's like my next question. But then again, considering he knows that he was extinguished, I guess he should have memories. And then it kind of seems like Kurama's speculating that it could be a combination, like and slash or the fact that she may have inherited some of the chakra, which is due to the influence that the whiskers on her face. Brought by Uzumaki Hyuga blood the first. Alright, let's see. Ada girl, Himawari. Alright, faster Inojin, he's catching up. We're at full throttle already. Alright, Kurama, do something. Hima, phew, you're back with us. Kurama, are you listening? Hey Himawari, what's the matter? Alright, tail beast bomb. Blow off one of the wings. For real? Damn it. Shoot, we're going down. Everyone, grab onto me. Alright. Cho Cho. With a clutch there. Land. You're a lifesaver, Cho Cho. Again, you're a good team. A true shame to have to dispose of you. But it can't be helped. You yourselves chose this fate. Don't be a spoiled baby, Himawari. The only one who can do something about this is you. It should be a no-brainer, whether you use or squash my powers. Whether you use or squash my powers, it's all up to you. You say that like it's easy, but how am I supposed to? I can sense that your chakra has a higher affinity to mine than any other of your predecessors. More than even Naruto's. A higher affinity. Well, I guess since she's Hyuga and, part Hyuga, part Uzumaki, of course, by extension, part Senju, I suppose, and there's this latent hidden potential beyond even Kurama that we still need to find out what's the deal with that. I guess that would make sense. And the fact that they had her, and Naruto has 6 powers, and I guess if you can even factor in that Hinata would have gotten some of Hamura's chakra, I guess it would make sense why she would have a higher affinity. Yeah. So get rid of any foolish preconceived biases. First off, you need to believe in yourself. Otherwise, your future doesn't look bright either way. Alright. Damn it, where's our backup? Alright, Himawari going in. Kick. Ooh. Shit. Broke her ankle basically. Himawari! Yeah, shit, it's no good. There's no way I can. You bastard! Get rid of him drawing. Of course, kind of closing up. We call it devour, but you simply become nourishment for me inside this tree. It isn't painful. There's no need to be afraid. And you'll eventually stop feeling anything, including that fractured leg of yours. So I'm thinking. Oh yeah, okay, that's something. Give me a break. Inojin, don't! Alright. Kicks him to the side. Please stop, leave them out of it. I concur. I don't know why they won't stop. Hey, yeah man, no pressure man, no pressure. Alright, so let go of her. And then wood style impalement. No, Inojin. Hold on, I think I read about this somewhere. Could this be that thing known as aesthetics? No, please don't tell me the chapter is ending. Please don't tell me the chapter is ending. Alright. Of course. Himawari breaks out. I said to stop it. Initial Nine Tails transformation, looking good. Alright. Himawari. What is this sudden shift? Heh, you've totally snapped. Well then, shall we run amok some? Himawari. Alright. Alright. What can I say? It's hard to say if Inojin is dead. I think that would be like the first thing. I mean, it's highly possible, but I think he can still be saved. But until we confirm, I guess, assume he's still alive. But, whew, chapter 10, man. Honestly. So, of course, the pacing continues to, or the story continues to juggle, the pacing at a decent, in a decent way. I mean, getting a bit of Sarada confronting Hidari, getting more context, more details in terms of how Kurama survived. To be honest, I thought it would have been, a bit better. You think the pacing is ass? Like for this chapter specifically, or like overall, like since, it started? Let me know what you think. But yeah, the fact that we got some Sarada and Hidari there. Even though I think persons would have wanted more for this chapter. They could have probably excluded the Boruto panels for this chapter, to be honest. Yeah, they could have probably excluded it. But the fact that we at least got some from chapter 8 to 10, I don't know. I think I'd disagree, but it is what it is. But the fact that we got details in terms of how Kurama survived, I think that's pretty good, pretty interesting. I thought it would have been something else, as I was basically saying throughout my reaction there. Based on how Barano was explained, I thought that he would have somehow come back, like under different circumstances, but for it to be just the usual Tail Beast revival method essentially, then fine. Because the thing is, when I think about it, when I hear about Tail Beast dying before, like the context that we're giving is like, yeah, the body can die, or if it's still in a Jinchuriki and the Jinchuriki dies, yeah, fine. And you would expect that it's like their soul just reincarnates after a while. But based on how Kurama's even describing it for this chapter, it seems that even with, if it's even body, or even if their soul is somehow, I guess, erased, or maybe I'm using the wrong term there in terms of erase. But I mean, the fact that I said even if the soul perishes as well. Interesting. Who knows how long it will take or where it might sprout? That will be inside this soon. You may have been born in a sliver of my chakra, or this was your destiny brought into being. Interesting. I also think the series is gonna end sooner than we think, and how things are going right now. I don't know, because yeah, I know I've been similar to the easy metric to go to is like the sales for the series, and I don't think the sales are anything extraordinary for the most part. I don't know. I mean, we're 2 volumes in. I don't know if volume 2 sale went on sale already. I would imagine it has, but the fact that it's also like still constantly #1 on Manga Plus, I don't know. I don't have enough information to say like if it's going to end sooner or later, essentially. And to be honest, even if it does end sooner, depending on how it ends, if they even rebrand, remarket to say, okay, like another series that's just like not necessarily Boruto per se, but just something like a title that encompasses the fact that it's Naruto and Boruto. So there's that. But I don't know if I'd say it's ending soon. I would have to get more details first. Honestly. So yeah, there's that. Now I'm trying to read between the lines here. The fact that Kurama, after explaining like the nature of his revival, it's heavily implied. Obviously, he must have memories from his, you know, his former life. Obviously, but the fact that he's kind of, it seemed like it's implied that he's kind of guesstimating that whether it's because, you know, you inherited some of my chakra, or, you know, due to your genetic inheritance, essentially. I'm wondering if there's something else at play. The fact that it revives within her, that's too, I don't know. Even if the revival is random, we've never heard of a tail beast like just reviving within somebody. Like reviving at random within the, like, out in the wild is one thing, but this is the first instance I think we've heard of like this. If I'm wrong, if I'm forgetting some of the Naruto lore, let me know, but I don't know. I think there's more at play. William Wagwan. I don't know, man. It's just I think there's more at play, which would be fine because it would tie into the fact that Himawari, it has to be more than Kurama why Himawari is as, you know, in terms of her latent potential. So there's definitely that. Definitely that. Now, outside of all of that, the fact that we have characters that might be on the verge of dying, it's like a two, I don't want to say double-edged sword, but the fact that, you know, the Inashika Chotre, while they've had like panel time in the manga, quote unquote, even if Inojin were to die, personally it's whatever to me, but at least it would make the situation seem a bit more dire than it, yeah, it would actually at least make it seem like there's stakes there, you know. That much I would say. But you would think that, you know, have a little arc or something in the manga before a character like that potentially dies. But until confirmed, I don't think Inojin is going to necessarily die. I think he can still be saved. Only 10 volumes more after Boruto Part 1. And Volume 2 sales are better than Volume 1 or 2. Really? You sure? Where did they say that it would only be 10 more volumes? I mean, are you basing that off the interview that Ikemoto did like forever ago to say that they would want to do, like, keep it within like 30 volumes? And then if we look at it, I think Boruto Naruto Next Generations ended on volume what, 19, 20? So if you're basing it on that, then I could see, well, I mean, yeah, I could see, okay, so Boruto Naruto Next Generation ended on volume 20. Ugh. So I could see why you'd think there would be only 10 more volumes. But I don't know. I don't know if that would still be an accurate prediction on Ikemoto's part. I don't know if the plans have changed. I mean, I've said in the past, I used to reference that interview with Ikemoto a lot myself, but I mean, in recent years I've kind of started thinking that it has to be more than 30 volumes in total. Yeah, I don't think it's gonna end with 8 more volumes. But again, it depends on the pacing, because if they even ended on volume 30, it might feel a bit rushed. Even though that would, in I guess, a silver lining to that would be like they'd be able to flesh things out with the anime justifiably. But other than that, I think it's gonna be more than 30 volumes. So there's that. So anyway, as I was saying, yeah, the fact that, you know, we have a situation where it seems like Inojin might die, yeah, it kind of raises the stakes. But I'll say until they confirm it, then it's whatever. But I guess it could set things up for the characters to, you know, put some more pressure on them. Like if they survive this encounter, then at least it will give them some motivation. Probably could set Cho Cho and Shikadai on a somewhat interesting arc going forward, if not Himawari herself. What I like about this as well is that even though I guess Kishimoto could just tell us, setting things up for Himawari to even fight Jura, it could, I think it kind of sets the stage for us to get more answers about her hidden potential, because logically speaking, I would imagine she should be able to, well, she's kind of feral now, so she probably might enter like the old school, you know, chakra cloak transformations that Naruto had, maybe four-tail Himawari, those type of things. But logically speaking, though, from a power standpoint, that shouldn't be anywhere near Jura. And if this is a Kurama that's, if we're going to say that this Kurama at the stage he's at now can't really provide Himawari with the same level of power that, you know, that, well, a fully grown Kurama could have provided Naruto, then logically this power shouldn't be, it should be like, I don't know, Ambiras and Goku just went Super Saiyan. It's no biggie really. So I think it's going to at least set the stage for us to kind of find out more about her hidden potential, hidden power. And we are having a notification in France in August, maybe tell us something. Yeah, I would love that. In terms of Kishi, yeah, we heard about that that was announced last month, right? So that would be good. Wait, the Arashikage, well gone. Himawari is a tail beast herself, means she can't die. She basically immortal since Himawari and Kurama are one. I don't know if I would agree with that, but based on how Kurama did phrase it, in terms of them saying they're, or maybe you're looking into what Kurama was saying too literally. Let me just go back up here. Live server, da 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 da. We are currently exchanging words mind to mind. Of course, because you and I are a single body and soul. What do you guys think about that? Do you think Marvelous Charm is onto something to say that she's a tail beast, considering what Kurama is saying, or interpreting it that way is just too literal? But then again, the fact that this is the first instance of a character essentially becoming a quote-unquote Jinchuriki like this, maybe there's some more, like, another level of nuance to it, maybe. I just feel like I have so many more questions, fam. So many more questions. You see, it's your conscience, I guess conscience made visible. Conscious, yeah. Our current exchange words mind to mind, cross, narrow, single body and soul. Until we get more details, I'm just gonna interpret the setup as, you know, like any other Jinchuriki essentially. In that sense, I don't think it's the fact that Himawari became a, like like she's herself is a Jinchuriki. On a genetic level due to how she was conceived. I think but better because she have a chakra. Yeah, I was saying that essentially, you know, due to being Uzumaki, Hyuga, and of course Kurama was speculating on that as well, and the fact that she was conceived when, you know, of course, well, we could logically assume since Hinata had Hamura's chakra and Naruto had you know, some of Hagoromo's chakra, I suppose. So there is definitely that. Well, I guess with that said, I wouldn't mind if chapter 11 was a reverse of this, but with just some adjustments in the sense that hopefully we get a bit more Sarada and Hidari next chapter, or at least an equal amount between Sarada and Hidari and Himawari and Jura, essentially. That would be good. This is the first time a child was born for a meal. Jinchuriki. Is that the case? Really? Yeah, suppose. I'm thinking if there's any other example. It's not like I haven't like read data books or anything like that, so I don't know in terms of like, you know, from the 2 tails to this like the 7 tails in terms of those Jinchurikis. Yeah, you might be right. Yeah, you might be right there. So there's definitely that. I thought it was an alright chapter for the most part. Setting the stage for Himawari and for us to potentially get more, you know, answers about her, or more answers in terms of her like latent potential, abilities, and just the whole nuance of it, I would definitely say. And I guess well, this is a shonen, like a battle shonen, so it's gonna be like through combat that we'll get answers like that, I suppose. Being this seem like 2 different people, but they are one, so it's so weird to to think about it. Yeah, it's true. As I said, at the very least, the fact that they didn't just like leave it at the discussion and we're setting up for a fight, I think that's good. Because this Kurama thing, like, I have a bunch of questions about it, but at the same time, again, from a power standpoint, Himawari should still be a fly on the wall compared to Jura. So the latent potential, the latent ability that had even Damon like, yo fam, who are you? Kind of sorting. I think we'll probably get some, you know, breadcrumb or, you know, tidbit about it for next chapter if we get a decent amount of panel time or battle time between Himawari and Jura there. Then again, and of course, you know, Boruto, well, it's kind of chilling for now. I would imagine Kawaki is going to show up at some points to, you know, interrupt the fights. Not that he can do much really, so it's going to be interesting. Yeah, that's like another layer to potentially get more of what Himawari can do. Because if, I mean, if Kawaki comes in, his stocks right now aren't really so high, so he might get one shot again, or he might go, you know, Karma level 2, and we get a better idea of how the power scaling is between these characters. Yeah. So there's that. But then again, probably Boruto won't really show up again till chapter 12. And then probably that's when what I was predicting from last chapter, and probably with whether intentionally or unintentionally, Kawaki activating his karma and then Boruto losing control and Momoshiki making appearance. That might be a thing for chapter 12, but you know, that's what, July type of chapter. So we'll see how that goes for the most part. But definitely having Sarada, having a decent amount of Sarada and Hidari next chapter would be good. I can see the power scales and persons thinking already, oh wow, she dodged Hidari and then nicked him with her Shidori. So can't really tell much from that just yet. But if we do get her next chapter, it would be nice to get some Mangekyo Sharingan activity. My prediction for next chapter is just that Sarada versus Hidari. Probably a little emotional moments, gets a bit of Mangekyo Sharingan, maybe just a little tidbit into what her Mangekyo Sharingan ability is, because I know this is shonen, and then like, you know, next like new generations kind of power up very fast, but to this day I don't think this is as ridiculous as say like a Dragon Ball Super. So I don't think Sarada is that ridiculous. Like, I don't think she grew in power that ridiculously, to that ridiculous extent, unless her Mangekyo Sharingan ability is just like super hacks. That's the only thing I could say, and I think we'll probably get an inkling of what it could be next chapter with Hidari and versus her and Sumeri. So there is definitely that. New Gen cast, bro. Bro, I keep telling you guys that the new Gen cast Sakura from a manga perspective. Listen, every the people them get around the campfire and say, "Yo, fam, this not work. We are go on vacation. We are go on vacation, cause the Leaf Village always getting attacked." Listen, I told you, if I was living in the Leaf Village, I'ma move long time because this don't make sense. Like, imagine you're living in the Leaf Village. Oh, see some random powerful person floating in the sky. It's like, ah, shit, here we go again. The insurance in Konoha must be ridiculous, brother. Honestly. No, it's serious. It just doesn't make sense. So that's my headcanon in terms of like Sakura and Kakashi and those characters. But I will, like, on a more serious note, yeah, it kind of feels like you have to I don't want to say turn off your brain, but it's like, yeah, for real, where are those characters, fam? I would imagine when it comes on to the anime adaptation, when it gets to it, because they've done it in the past, you'll see those characters more than likely. And I think it just comes down to, like, I guess what Kishimoto and Ikimoto can package on a monthly basis in terms of, I mean, long story short, I've said in the past, it's just a case where they only focus on a certain subset of characters. That's what it comes down to, honestly. So yeah, really and truly, and it feels like trying to juggle more characters outside of that might just be a hassle. Either that or it's gonna really kill the pacing even more for the most part. So yeah, I think that's it. Until Kishimoto talks in August, as he said, that's the only thing that's my theory, at least. But yeah, you know, just kind of going back through the chapter, Kawaki going off against for Himawari, kind of upset with Shikamaru didn't mention Himawari initially, which I would imagine says a lot in terms of how Kawaki values Himawari as a quote-unquote sister, so to speak. I would imagine that he kind of views protecting her as like, yo, even though I want to kill Boruto, I can't. When I bring back Naruto, I have to make sure that his daughter is still alive. So there's that, and it could speak to their dynamic in terms of what they may have gone through together over these last 3 years for the most part, or it could be just tied to, you know, Kawaki's guilty conscience, quote-unquote guilty conscience. So there's that. As I said, obviously this whole thing with Boruto, it has to pay off at some point. Momoshiki has to make a reappearance, definitely not for next chapter. I would more so subscribe for chapter 12. So I think between what happened last chapter and, you know, him sweating here, saying it's a minor issue, and then they kind of switch to this panel of not showing his eyes. You have Caution Koji's frog listening in. I think that has to be paid off at some point. So I think that's set up for that. Of course, Jura, you know, Konoha getting some screen time. So there's that. Of course, I think this is gonna be set up for, you know, the whole thread of, you know, there's more incentive for them to work on getting the persons out of the trees. So there's that. More stuff for, I guess, like Amado to analyze after this whole scuffle is over and done with. As I said, of course, Sarada, Hidari, I'm predicting for next chapter for them to actually, you know, have some decent battle time. And of course, we'll get a peek into, this is nice setup for Sarada's character from a power standpoint, and to at least see what she's learned over the last 3 years. Probably a bit more nuance or insight into what her Mangekyo Sharingan ability is going to be, and potential setup for, you know, her arc for the rest of this story as well. So yeah, it kind of feels like more like setup. I do like that she was able to dodge Hidari and, you know, nick him with a Shidori. So, but it doesn't seem like it's done too much. You know, he kind of did hold himself like this. So there's that. Yeah, it just feels like a lot of setup for this chapter. We did get some answers, but it just feels like I have a million more questions for the most part. The initial setup before the Himawari stuff is nice. But yeah, I have so many questions about this whole Himawari Kurama dynamic. And maybe some of it, I firmly believe this is a positive of the chapter where, you know, setting her up to fight Jura should reveal some nuance, and for us to honestly then a better appreciation or insight into how her arc is going to go as well, and the dynamic. So there's that, because besides the whole power aspect, the fact that Inojin got like critically injured, if not potentially is going to die, that is going to factor heavily into, you know, Himawari's arc. And of course, from a power standpoint as well, she has the whole mastering of Kurama's power to, you know, to stack on. So there's that as well. So it kind of feels like a lot of setup. So for the most part, I thought it was an okay chapter. Okay, yeah. So there's that. Where's Code? Bro, Code is on a beach, bro. Code up on the beach. Like, the man said, alright, we're all going to shit. Kinda sip some Campari. So that's what's going on. The Leaf Village now. Alright, so they're attacking. Alright, cool. They're not really like eating Boruto or Kawaki just yet, so let me just kind of, you know, continue sipping. But yeah, that's a good question. Like, what is Code up to for real? Honestly, cause the man just out of the story since what, chapter 4 or chapter 5? It's actually crazy, dog. But yeah, I mean, what more can I say? It was an okay chapter. Like the setup, and I hope we get more answers than questions for next chapter. Do you guys think Inojin is going to die? I think he might survive still. Or we could make turn him into a cyborg. Yay! Probably, you know, Amado could do something like, oh, the only way to save his life, we have to, you know, implant Shibai DNA. You know, the new Hashirama DNA, DNA type of deal. So there is definitely that. But let's see. Who knows? I wonder if she can really transform further apart from this with Kurama at the stage that he's at. Can she go like, you know, chakra cloak, 1 tails, 2 tails, 3 tails, 4 tails? Can she even, well, I guess it'd probably be too soon to drop her into like the full 9 tails, like tail beast mode, like, you know, the yellow chakra cloak. And you know the interesting thing about this is an opportunity for them to not retcon stuff, but I guess in retrospect kind of explain why Naruto's, like, you know, full control over the 9 tails was different from other Jinchurikis' full control over their tail beasts. Like, why did he get this chakra cloak and everything? That was never explained, you know? So there's that. Oh, yo, the Byakugan in this one will be sick for real. Yo, it's gonna be crazy. Yeah, that would be sick. That would be sick. Byakugan with the 9 tails eyes. But I'm hoping in like a Gohan bridge moment, like Jura like picks up on something, like say, whoa, wait, this chakra, it's more Otsutsuki than anything else, you know? Probably like something along the lines of that, for the most part. Because as I said, man, like there has to be like a good explanation. The fact that they can't leave the story thread of Damon being like, yo, who are you, fam? Like hanging. Cause I mean, no character before that has impressed Damon, fam. so it's like, it has to be something. Has to be. So I'm hoping they use Jura to kind of highlight that. And yeah, you know, like thinking about it, like there's so much going on for a lot of these characters, really. Like Himawari, I mean, she'll have Kurama to master. Well, and more than likely, given the the shonen new gen logic, you know, train, she probably won't take as long as Naruto. Between that and the fact that it's not like Kurama's hostile towards her, so it shouldn't take as long. So there's that. You have the nuance of her quote-unquote true hidden potential that Damon has. Kawaki coming in, I would imagine getting to see things with Kawaki coming in will get to peel back a layer of her dealing with the dynamic between her and her brother. And probably with Boruto showing up as well, that will be another thing. So there's that. And if Momoshiki does come out as well, that's another thing for Himawari to deal with emotionally, because of course she's one of the characters that doesn't feel that Boruto is a bad guy, or you know, killed her father essentially. So there is that to deal with as well. And of course the factor of, you know, her friends getting almost killed as well. So quite a bit for her to deal with essentially. But even though I'm enjoying this for the most part, I am more so looking forward to, after this arc is done, what happens next, fam. Because okay, we have Jura, we have Hidari. I mean, what are the other two, you know, sentient Shinju doing at this point? Like, where's the bug Shinju? Where's Matsuri, right? That's Matsuri. That's the Moegi Shinju, right? Yeah. I mean, what are they doing in the background? Where's Code essentially? So there's so many different story elements that, like, yo, it's stuff like this I'm saying, like, yo, this thing can't end in 10 volumes. I mean, if it does, fine, but I don't, until we get to like volume 8, 9, and we get like, yo, the announcement, like where we're ending in 4, 5, 8 chapters. I don't think this is gonna take more than 10 volumes, unless things plummet to such a degree in terms of sales. then it doesn't make sense. But to be honest, I'm starting to think, even if things plummet to like super abysmal like levels in terms of sales, I don't think it's going to be cancelled, because probably from a contractual basis, I would imagine that, or even just on how things perform between the anime and the manga, I think the anime performs better than the manga, but they're going to definitely need like a script or something to follow for the anime when it comes back. So I think even if like, yo, volume 3 sells, I don't know, 1,000 copies, like probably contractual say like, yo, it doesn't matter how much the manga sells, we need like an outline for the anime, so just continue writing. I think that's going to be the thing. And of course, yeah, there are the 2 missing Otsutsukis, so there's that. There is definitely that. So there's so many things. So yeah, quite a bit of stuff to juggle. Quite a bit of stuff to juggle. And then even with the revelation that, hold on, the fact that even like Jura mentioned that we call it devour, but you simply become nourishment for me inside this tree. It isn't painful, there's no need to be afraid, and you'll eventually stop feeling anything including that fractured leg of yours. I wouldn't be surprised if Shikadai uses that and say, oh, okay, so the persons who have turned into trees, we feed that information to the scientists that are on the team, and then that becomes like another, I mean, obviously that's going to be a plot thread to like rescue the persons that are, you know, providing sustenance to these characters, to the sentient Shinju, but I would imagine Shikadai is going to kind of help to put some gas on that story thread. It's like, oh, they're still alive in there? Okay, we can kind of start investigating how to rescue them more than likely. Nowhere near the other volumes. Boruto Part 1. Fair enough, fair enough. Well, as I said, once the anime starts, let's see if things pick up in terms of sales. Hopefully. Hopefully. But then again, now I'm thinking in terms of what I was saying in terms of Shikadai taking that information that Jura spouted out. I'm kind of wondering if, like, what happens now? Like, if, for example, if I get Sasuke out of the tree, what happens to Hidari? Does he cease to exist? or what? That is the better question. Kind of about seeing me come natural for me inside this tree. I mean, thinking about it like a regular divine tree, you know, the tentacles eats the Otsutsuki, becomes divine tree, and then sucks all, you know, life from the planet into the chakra fruit. But these characters are kind of just taking chakra from a certain set of characters. I guess they still wouldn't be able to. I'm thinking. Hold on, I'm thinking. Well, yeah, this is like a weird evolution / mutation because of like Code and the White Karma as well. So there's the version is still. I don't think it will cancel. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's why I think my theory is that at this point, I know a lot of persons want to kind of clone on Boruto in terms of the sales, but I'm starting to think it doesn't really matter what the sales ends up being for these volumes anymore. I know that sounds weird to say, but the fact that the anime is like somewhat like super successful when it comes on to what, TV Tokyo, right? It's TV Tokyo. Correct me if I'm wrong. I wouldn't be surprised if they say that Kishimoto, you know, just continue writing the manga. You don't worry about sales. We still need an outline for the story going forward, so I wouldn't be surprised. That's just my theory. That's just my theory. Oh yeah, so it's TV Tokyo, yeah. So yeah, that's pretty much what I think. Hold on. Let me take a leak. We are back. Random Bleach I also press with her. I'm brought for my still second most pencil, even more in Bleach I also spread for 3 years. Yeah, that's crazy to think about, man. So I think that kind of puts more weight on my whole, you know, it doesn't matter what the sales are theory. So just maybe. Just maybe. Do you guys think Inojin should die? Or do you think this would be like a nice, like, obviously it's not gonna be as, you know, jumped at, like a Rock Lee moment, like, you know, Rock Lee gets injured in the Gaara fights and then he comes back eventually. But in Inojin's case, maybe he has some cybernetic enhancements, maybe. Hold on, I think I read about this somewhere. Could this be that thing known as aesthetics? Is Jura trying to make a joke here, man, or something? You haven't done anything in the storyline. Yeah, that's the thing I'm thinking about. So, but at the same time, I'm also juggling the whole notion that in a Cho, even though they're getting some decent panel time, no. Can the story handle having these characters? He joined the Donut Club. Yo. And I know that's a weird question, like, can the story handle having these characters? But it's kind of in line with the fact that we don't even see Sakura, Kakashi, and all of those characters. It just seems from day one, it just seems like the Boruto manga from Next Generations to Two Blue Vortex. It just seems like it seems like it would struggle to juggle more characters. If he survives, Boruto fans are getting cooked. True. No, Shikadai. Now I want to see him to one more killer trio move. Yeah, true. That would be something. Or who knows, it could be a nice way to have Sakura come in, like, you know, it's like freaking out when Inojin gets home, and then Sakura ends up being the one, you know, helping Inojin out. Maybe that could be a nice way to have her introduced in the manga. Who knows? Maybe they'll finally follow up on the whole Byakugo Steel thing, and, you know, Sakura was away with Tsunade all this time researching and making some phone calls to Orochimaru here and there, and I don't know, man. I mean, to be fair, my theories never come true when it comes on to things like this. Ah, boy. Boy. Of the new gen crash and the anime may die. I want to. Yeah, I think that's if I know it's one thing that they haven't done anything much really, but if we use them to, like, a Kamiga kill them, if you know what I mean. But, you know, just have just enough that you can feel just an inkling to say, okay, fine. Or at least, you know, use them to set up, use their deaths to set other characters on a certain, you know, path. That's the next thing. Ambu was falling so hard. Fam, listen to me. Even if I was similar to, like, I would not live in Konoha, I would resign being an Ambu, bro. It doesn't make sense. Oh, you just finished a Kawaki got killed? Ah, Jano. Yo, read. I don't think you have to read the manga from the start, but, like, for that final arc, could just read the manga version. The manga version definitely, arguably better than the anime, and it ends differently. Tatsumi, right? Tatsumi? Yeah, he doesn't die in the manga, so you can definitely check out the manga version. So there's that. Yeah, just enough. Set some other characters, kind of probably, you know, get your whiteboard and, you know, set some characters. Like, okay, these are the characters I'm going to leave alive out of the new gen. So, yeah. Pretty much that. But I don't know, man. As I said, even with the anime, like maybe 2025, 2026, for the anime come back, give stuff enough time. and fine. But right now, apart from the answers with Himawari and see more with Sarada, get some more better appreciation or estimation for where the characters stack in power, because as I said, right now it's just this should all just be a game for Jura and Hidari. This should be just easy picking outside of like Boruto and potentially Kawaki if he goes Kara level 2. But until then, Kawaki stocks are down, I'm sorry. But yeah, this should all just be like a game, dog. It should be that like difficult, and it isn't. They're not breaking a sweat, so everything is alright. But I am looking forward to Momoshiki coming back, making an appearance. Chapter 12. I said it here. Chapter 12. But we'll see. And then don't surprise that girl with the siren voice. Some old gen can go to Kiba first. I may not come back to at least past that future scene. Yeah, that would make sense. And okay, if you were to like make an estimation in terms of when that future scene is going to happen, what would let me hear your chapter predictions or volume predictions for Boruto versus Kawaki, because I don't think that's going to be until maybe we're in volume 3 right now and we have 2 more chapters. I don't know, man. Probably probably like chapter 30 or late 20s. Honestly, because even Kawaki even needs a little arc as well to level up and reaffirm what he believes in, which is the age of Shinobi being over. So I think that's gonna be a while. You guys know my prediction for the anime returning would be like April 2025, but April 2026 could work too, because, or maybe even 2027, because thinking about it, 2027 jeez, 2027 is going to be the 10-year anniversary for the Boruto anime. They could do 2026 because that would be the 10-year anniversary for the Boruto manga. That's crazy to think about. It's almost been 10 years for Boruto. It's insane, bro. Or if they do 2025, it could just be the 10-year anniversary for the Boruto movie. So I mean, my bet's 2025 next year, but I think best bet's 2026. I'm feeling 2026 is like the sweet spot for the most part. Okay, the manga. Yeah, well, I think unless Kishimoto and Ikimoto reveal in August like, yo, we're upping the schedule to, I don't know, bi-weekly or something, then I don't think it's going to change anytime soon from being, monthly. I know a lot of us have been complaining or speculating from even pre-time skip, but I don't think that's going to change unless, they announce something in August. But, I mean, alright, think about it. If we do until April, if we have the anime come back in April 2026, right? That's like what, 23 chapters? Yeah, 23 chapters. It's like what? Basically 1 chapter shy of 6 volumes, which would almost take us to that 10. Yeah, almost that 10. 10 volume mark almost. And then if they have the schedule be like, just make it blasted. Like, it doesn't have to be like super concrete seasonal, but if like they have like, I don't even mark it as seasonal, like, okay, we do a batch of episodes and Boruto's on break, probably take 3 months to 4 months, and then boom, new Boruto episode starting. I think we should be good. Yeah, so this monthly dynamic is gonna be a slow burn. Yeah, I'm good with it. If we start the anime in 2026 and we bring the anime back with an acceptable amount of anime only content, and when I say anime only content, I'm talking content that builds on the manga content, then I think we'll be good. And then we just have it being quote unquote seasonal or quarterly anime. Yeah, that works too, fam. That works too. That works too. But you know, the interesting part about this, we still don't have any information or news in terms of the special Naruto Part 1 episodes. That's crazy to me. 2 seasons worth of content. I mean, you could do, when we're doing like let me think back here. When we were doing like the Ao arc and the Kara arc, essentially, we were doing more or less one chapter, like one chapter to one episode, right? That was like the translation. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it was like one chapter, one episode, and they could add content. So yeah, I guess in the grand scheme of things, yeah, kind of like two seasons worth essentially. Movies. Oh yeah, I forgot about the live action movie. Yeah, but apart from, well, yeah, I guess similar to Oda, Kishi would basically want to be involved. I don't think that's gonna like hamper the progress. Alright, Crypto King, respect for for passing through, man. Respect. See you for the end of month subscriber stream. So yeah, but I don't think the movie should hamper the progress of the manga really. But anyway, you take it, like it would benefit from being bi-weekly at some point. Would benefit. But in terms of even like past characters dying, I guess Kiba, yeah, Shino, maybe. Tenten. Maybe Tenten. You could probably do that. But my idea is that like if those characters are going to be dying, it has to be one way to kind of balance having those characters having like decent panel time before they die, and balancing it with like the main cast of characters I think Kishimoto wants to focus on. Like, you know, have these characters travel out with Boruto. Like you have a few chapters with Boruto and Kiba. Even though that sounds like such a weird combo, but you get the point. You have these characters spending some okayish time with Boruto, you know, kind of imparts on him. Even though, you know, Boruto's kind of basically through chakra and inherited, you know, what Naruto went through and all of that, and heard stories, but you know, kind of see additionally these other persons that Naruto has touched, you know, something along the lines of that. So yeah, pretty much. How long do you guys think it will be before Himawari masters Kurama's power? Yeah. Hold on. Return somewhere. Looking back for the page where he says like she's a better match than even Naruto. Fire princesses. Yo, Himawari and Killer V? That'd be interesting. Well, it's either that or, you know, Himawari and Kawaki have a falling out and she goes with Boruto. Maybe, just maybe. But I mean, any card can play. Literally. You can see biases. But I'm also curious, like, the nuances and logistics of the tail beast reviving, right? Why is it like that? Because, I mean, you know, some person would say maybe they are part of nature and all of that foolishness. But Be Drew, even if our flesh or soul perishes over time, then manage to return to life. Sprout. Tick. Yeah, I'm kind of wondering why is it like that. Yeah, I should learn some jutsu also from Konoha maybe. I mean, provided Konoha survives, survive. Alright, to be honest, yeah, Konohamaru's not gonna die. I don't think so. But it'd be nice to see him tag team with Sumere and Sarada using Gentle Fist. Just hit me. I don't know, maybe we'll see that in this here. Maybe, just maybe. And that's another thing for them to like kind of like finally like explore the full potential of, because you know, to be honest, like probably if it was some other authors, in terms of how the creativity of characters with Gentle Fists, I think like another author would have taken the creativity of using that fighting style to like another level. So this could be an opportunity for Kishimoto to, you know, through Himawari kind of, you know, showcase that a bit more. So that's going to be fun and interesting too. Gonna fight Naruto. Telling y'all he's gonna be okay with Sarada. Well, listen, I have no predictions on Konohamaru right now, honestly, but we'll see. We'll see. Hold on, I'm gonna go back down again. That's the first thing. Well, that's pretty much it, enough, people. There's not much more I have to say. I think I've said all I need to say about this chapter for the most part. It's an okay chapter, not the greatest thing in the world. I think I felt better coming out of previous chapters, but you know, there's a lot of setup when I think when it comes down to this chapter, for the most part, and lots of, yeah, it's basically lots of setup, a few answers to our questions, but more questions than answers right now. So yeah, I mean, there's some things we can make some logical assumptions or logical conclusions about, but we'll see. Do you think Kurama is... Hold on. Do you think Kurama is a male? Yes, I'm a female host. Oh. I mean, possibly, but I don't think that's the case. The fact that, you know, Kurama says she specifically has better affinity than all of her predecessors, like any, like that would include Naruto Uzumaki as well, Kushina. Yeah, I don't think the gender has to do with it. I just think it's just due to her genetics, as Kurama himself is not really conclusively stating, but kind of more so speculating. You know, Hyuga, Uzumaki, by extension Senju, and I think the true appreciation of what it really is going to be really and truly from her what is the answer behind her latent potential that has Damon interested. So yeah, but on paper, not on the surface, yeah, the Hyuga, Uzumaki, and the fact that she seemingly may have been influenced or inherited some of Kurama's chakra already due to the whiskers, or like having an influence there. So yeah, pretty much. So, but yeah, the setup is there for Himawari mastering Kurama. Probably have a nice arc based on the fallout of her friends getting nearly killed. The setup is there to get a better appreciation for the power scaling and the nuance of Himawari's hidden potential. Sure, there's a setup for Sarada and, you know, what her, I guess, short to medium term arc for the story is going to be based on her conflict or fight with Hidari, and just to get a better appreciation for where she is power wise right now. So there's definitely that. And of course there's a setup for Boruto as well, and you know, character drama when it comes down to like Kawaki and Himawari and Boruto as well. So yeah, so there's that. But anyway, I think I've said all I can say. But I'll basically be rambling at this point. 10 for 10 eating food. The streaming OG. Yeah man, respect guys, respect Dara Shikage, everybody that's came out for the stream. Respect. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next stream and or video. So stay safe, get some food, chillax. Tomorrow's another day. Stay safe out there, peeps. So yeah.